Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the LSU Tigers taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often. And he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes. So it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. To the ground. He's got it again. Plows through the defense. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes because if they're...
Hit the afterburners, kid. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
And the Dogs will have it first and 10. To the ground with the back. Keeps the legs moving. All kinds of running room. Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are feeling it.
Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. On the move from inside his own 20. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Tigers offense will take the field for the first time. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to...
He's going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Ready to try the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's White. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw it.
And he's just steamrolling the defense. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. They'll give it to the back. Ran through the contact. Give him 88 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. To the ground to try to move the chains. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 85 yards. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Now, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
To the air, it's Akers. Back open in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Getting some heat.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Off the play fake. He rifles one deep to the left. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Makes his connection. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. Touchdown, Dogs! He ran through tackles like water through a sieve. Seems as if he has reservations for 6 every time he touches the ball.
What is that? That's 3 already, I think, for him in the 1st half. So great start. I'd keep feeding him, I think. He's doing okay.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. FIU was able to cap off a close one inside Silva Stadium with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Green. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Got his man quickly. Finds a crease at the 20. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And when you're on defense, and it's wet, and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job on the defense, forcing it with the assist from the wet.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Line getting set on second down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. The play action fake. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. He'll take it on the return. Oh, what a move! That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Now on second down. The option look. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Back to throw, it's Akers. Trying to get to him. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll leave it with him. They knock him down right there. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on so we can start to build.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the misconnection, it's second down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. A 3rd and long coming up here. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger. Yeah,
and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Still running at the 40. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, you see that blocking and all the holes open up. That's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Looking to scramble. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Nice hands on the right sideline as he has it for a huge gain.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Unloads it downfield. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Now facing a 3rd and long. They keep attacking through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Georgia sends out the punt team.
Number 13 in punt formation to kick it away.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half. They do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. 1st down from the 49. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quick completion on the out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Akers. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. From the gun, looking for a man. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining, I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Showing the arm strength to the left. And that pass is caught at the 25. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the PI penalty cost the defense 15 and a fresh first down for the O. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man. Some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, 2 former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's good from 58 yards out.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
They're bringing heat. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Sticks it in his belly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Now the play fake. Takes the easy one to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
Coming after him. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Raiola. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the play.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The Dogs getting a push in the middle and getting to the quarterback and just salivating to get at it.
And every year they find these dudes. They all look the same, just massive, big, strong, quick guys that don't like people, Reese Davis. They just love hitting people with aggressiveness, and just it's so amazing that they find that year after year in this defensive line group.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Back to throw. It's Raiola. Fires to the right. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the ground. Running with power. And runs through another guy. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This big physical running back really sets the tone. He's inflicting punishment and inflicting damage to the defense every time he has the ball in his hands.
He'll put the tight end in motion. Off play action. Caught close to the marker. It's Westbrook. And that's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And I like that this offense is continuing to try to stay balanced and hand him the football and show confidence. He put the ball on the deck last week. They still rewarded him, still giving him the football. But, man, you cannot continue to put the ball on the ground and expect to continue to get carries.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Gets it out fast. Nice move, creates some space. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. He'll ride his man on the option, and he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd down.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Akers. He looks that one in nicely. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, LSU. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese. And this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
He's looking to pass. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Pressure coming. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Leaves it with the back. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up, the defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
The give to the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next game.
They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Leaves it with the running back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Touchdown LSU! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Head coach wanted to be aggressive. You could have just kicked an extra point and tied it. Instead, you went for the lead. You come up short. Now, you put a lot of pressure on your defense to get the ball back.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry about it.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing into second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Oh, it's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I'll make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Keeps it on the bootleg. He makes the catch. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Westbrook. Smashes through.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Power football with the run. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the 1, you get the first down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! They move on top here in the 4th.
Critical juncture of the game late, and you're trying to find your best one-on-one matchup to take advantage of. Of course, it's the tight end. With his size, his wingspan, and his athleticism, really good decision by the quarterback at a crucial juncture in this game.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Dropping back, it's Raiola. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. They didn't have to cover a ton of ground, moving at 33 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. And I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So
he's going to throw deep right side. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Great move there. Bringing it back. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. At the 40, there he goes. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Using his feet to buy time. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Looking to throw, it's Akers. Got his man in the middle. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Oh, they are fortunate to get that fumble back, but the clock is still ticking, and they've got to go and go now. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Touchdown, Tigers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
what a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hicks. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're... And it's on the ground. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You just wonder about this guy's confidence right now. After fumbling in his last game, he's just fumbled again now. He seems like he's a little bit unsure of himself, and because of that, if you're the offensive coordinator, how many more times do you want to go back to this guy in this game?
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in the position to win.
They're testing the right side here. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now they regain the lead. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation